Welcome back to PBI Radio. I'm Chris Guns, your host, and I'm about to talk to Will Rosinsky, fresh off his exciting fight with Kelly Pavlik. Yeah, he didn't win, but he gave a great account of himself, and he made a lot of new fans. So let's go ahead and get Will on the line and see what he remembers about July 7th and Kelly Pavlik. Will Rosinsky, you fought Kelly Pavlik on July 7th. What was that like? You're on HBO for the first time and in the ring. Here comes Kelly Pavlik. What's going through your mind? Any nerves at all?
Absolutely. Like every other fight. I have a lot of respect for him before the fight, definitely after the fight. He was, speaking about after the fight, but he was a little quicker than I expected. Wasn't as heavy-handed as I thought, but still could punch. But was a little quick and put some nice punches together.
Yeah, you won the first round actually on my card, but you got dropped in round 2. Second time in your career you got dropped. You don't look too hurt. What's going through your mind at the time of the knockdown?
You know what? I thought I was giving him a good second round too, even after the knockdown. But I knew as soon as the knockdown occurred that it was automatically going to be a 10-8. It's not like they're going to give me a 9-9 there, because I didn't do enough. But without a knockdown, I think I had a good chance of winning round 2 also. So I was more upset about the fact that I wasn't even hurt. And it wasn't a slip. It was like a flash knockdown. But I jumped right back up. I wasn't even hurt. I was just mad that I got hit with this stupid shot.
Yeah. When did you figure out that you were giving Kelly a lot of problems with your hand speed? Did you notice it?
Yeah. I saw in his face he was getting a little frustrated, almost like he wanted me to just stand there with him. Mm-hmm. And he almost, he really showed it in his face. But I knew, even though he was getting frustrated, I knew that he was just looking to walk me down and try to cut the ring off, and he did a good job of it. But I did notice that it was bothering him a little bit, but he adapts. That's what a veteran guy does. So I was just hoping to adapt to him adapting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You even cut him in round 4. You cut him over the eye, and you see Kelly's blood. How'd that change the fight, if at all?
I saw blood, so it definitely gave me confidence, but I didn't want to get too anxious. I was looking for the right hand more to open up that cut, because the right hand did it to begin with. So I was trying to open up more, but again, he was protecting the eye good. Even using his elbow at times. His elbow probably hit my bicep 10 times. But it was a good fight.
Yeah, you got to take your hat off to Kelly. He fought great under the stress, having a cut in such a bad place. How good is he?
Right. He's really good. I knew that going into it. And I think his experience beat me. He knew how to win rounds. Some of the rounds that were a little close. He picked it up the last 10, 20, 30 seconds. To almost steal a round or two. Like I said, he did put punches together nice. He was a little faster than I thought. Cut the ring off good. Not as strong as I thought, but still strong. I give him a lot of credit. How good? On what scale? I think he's. He was a former world champion. That's how good he is.
Yeah, you fought both him and Edwin Rodriguez. Who would you favor if they fought?
If they fought, I would. I think it'll be a competitive fight. I think they both bring a lot to the table. Pavlik has experience. He definitely has a bigger power shot. But Edwin does have the speed. Edwin can box. He has better footwork. At some points with my fight with Pavlik, even after watching myself, it almost looked like sometimes rather than boxing, I was running a little bit, because I maybe wasn't putting punches together as much. So I think if I was busier while moving, because that was our plan from the get-go, just move a lot. We use a lot of movement. I think, Martinez and B-Hop pretty much had the blueprint for Pavlik, but I wasn't busy enough. And that had to do with him, being good defensive. It's not like I could just be busy whenever I want. It's a lot of thinking process and adjusting, and that's what I didn't do. I didn't adjust as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, I was watching the fight with my buddy, and I told him that you reminded me of Montel Griffin. I swear, and that's a compliment, by the way. He's one of my favorite guys. That's good, though. Good guy to be compared to. After the fight, Kelly said that you were a tough kid and a real good fighter. How do you feel hearing someone at his level respecting you like that?
It feels good, man, because he's come a long way. He's been in the pro close to 12 years. He's been in there with some of the top guys when they were at their top, when they were in their prime. And it feels good. He's a veteran guy. And I think he means it. He's a good guy. I spoke to him real quick after the fight. We didn't speak much before the fight, except staring at each other. At the weigh-in, but that was about it. But he's a good guy, and I respect him.
Yeah. Do you try to listen to your girl's advice from ringside on any time?
She knew the game plan, so maybe she was giving some of it up. But yeah, she just, the whole thing was smoothed out right. That's why you heard her saying to the right, Will, to the right so damn much. And as soon as she saw that cut, she saw the blood, she really wanted to go for it. But she supports me all the time. She's always that loud in every fight. I think people just got a chance to see her on a national level, and it got her a lot of exposure. But believe me, whether it's in the Roseland Ballroom, BB King's, or on HBO at the Home Depot Center, she'll always be like that. And I knew that coming in.
That's it. Exciting fight. Made her louder, maybe. Your trainer, Felipe Gomez, and you are real close in and out of the gym. What did he say to you after the performance and when the cameras are gone? Do you want to share anything that you guys said to each other?
No, he was proud of the whole performance. I think we felt the same way, that I could have been busier in spots. He was happy because I did stick with the game plan, even getting dropped in the second round. Because, a lot of people get a little, people get deterred when or messed up when they get dropped like that. A lot of people, as they say, you can have a game plan, but it all changes as soon as you get hit. And the fact that I'm getting dropped is a big difference. I think he was proud that I came off the canvas and stuck to the game plan and tried to do what we've been, working on. And we only had 3 weeks to work on, because as we all know, I'm not the biggest boxer. I don't move too much, but I tried to switch it up. I'm more of a brawler coming forward, but that wasn't the right fight for him. Mm-hmm. And we had to change it up, and I did, and I think he's happy with it. He also feels, I think, his experience, played a big major part in this fight, and it's a learning experience. And he knows I'm willing to fight anybody. I think a lot of people see that now, that I'm willing to fight anybody to better my career, to better myself, because I think this experience is really priceless. When I get in there with the next guy, it's not going to be Pavlik, and it's not going to be a guy that can punch that heavy. It's not going to be a guy with the experience. So we're looking forward to a bright future, and I'm looking forward to it too.
Nice, man. And did you take a vacation at all, or just right back to the gym for you?
I took a little vacay. I've been doing my road work. I haven't been back in the gym as much, but I'll be back in the gym probably this week, next week. But I've been trying to stay in a little bit of shape, not get too heavy, because it's easiest for us boxers to get heavy. So, the vacation for me is eating some fatty foods. That's my vacation.
And what weight do you want to be at in your next fight?
Definitely. Well, we're not going above 168. That's for sure. We've been talking about possibly moving down a couple of pounds, and maybe campaigning in a couple more fights at 160, possibly. I don't know if it's possible. I will give it a shot and see how I feel, and I'm going to do it gradually. The smart way. I'm not going to just go down to 160, but that's here nor there. It's kind of like something we're going to cross that bridge when we get to it and see how I feel. Because if it might not be worth it to move down 8 more pounds. I didn't feel like he was so heavy-handed I couldn't do what I wanted, but he was a big guy. Those top guys, they're all 6 foot and better. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm used to that. So, it's just see what's better for my career and what's better for my performances.
Yeah, and it's actually a trend now. You see a lot of fighters moving down. When you used to not see that, they would only move up. But now you're seeing a lot of guys moving down and stuff. So a lot of people are doing it. When do you want to fight again?
You know what? September 15th came up with the Chavez-Martinez undercard. Mm-hmm. It did come up. It's nothing set in stone. It's nothing really that's happening. It was mentioned to me. I don't know if it's what was said, behind the scenes. Yeah. But also September 22nd was mentioned. So hopefully September. I'm getting married at the beginning of October, so I'm looking to get another fight in before that, just to stay busy, and then take it from there. But again, I'm not rushing into anything. I'm not going to go into anything unprepared. So.
Yeah. Anything to say to your multiplying fan base, Will?
What's that?
Anything to say to your multiplying fan base?
I appreciate all the support. I'm looking forward to making a lot more noise. I think a lot of people know who I am now, but it's I want to start winning more, and not having people know who I am because of a loss. as I say all the time, I'll fight my heart out every fight, and I'm looking to do a lot of big things in the near future, and I appreciate all the support as always.
Will Rosinsky, it was a great learning experience, and I think you're going to be better off for it. Great job and good luck, man. Thanks for your time.